This man played for so many teams in Italy, and it's not to say he was a journeyman. No, can't be the same because I had him before you. I know that. I know I had this player before you, blood. Yo, it's your boy H Black the Source, Harry Pinero, and welcome back to the Inside Scoop with my host, Culture CAMS. I hope you guys have had a lovely week. Before we get into any video, we always have to say like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you're notified when we next upload. Like I said, guys, in the last video, we're going to be on audio very soon. Yes. Very, very soon. But with that being said, I have to ask, how's your week been?
It's been a good week, actually. Met Wezza.
Oh, it's out now.
It's not out yet.
Okay, yeah. You met Wezza. He met him.
Did interviewed Wezza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's bucket list shit. You know what I mean? Bucket list shit. Now I'm looking for Ruud van Nistelrooy. You know what I mean?
He's
looking for Ruud. I'm hunting him down, but yeah, that's bucket list. So just meeting Rooney. We obviously did with Lee as well. So it was just unreal experience. But what about you?
Didn't meet Wezza, but no, I had a very chilled week. Just really preparing for the charity match. That's happening next week. So yeah, really excited for that. But yeah, I saw the picture. I was supposed to be part of that, and I'm happy that you was, because I couldn't do it because I had somewhere to go to. But
man, you met everyone, man. You've met everyone,
man. But why is this different, bro?
Right now, you can go call Jude and he'll take you to a room.
No, I can't call him. I can message him. Yeah, but like, no, but I'll be honest though, that is arguably one of our best players ever, and I think for me, Wezza is so underrated. So to be able to see him, and you took that shirt that he was iconic in. Oh, man. So shout out to Wezza.
He liked it when he saw that one. Because there was all the other staff that were working had like United kits. One person had an Everton kit. But when I brought out the old school England kit that he wore in 2006, he was like, number 9 as well. You don't really even see number 9.
That was old school.
Real heritage shit, man. It was nice.
With that being said, today's video is a very difficult one. Now, this is something that we've had to have extensive research, go into the archives, because we're going to pick a Champions League 11 that doesn't contain any players that have played for Real Madrid and Barcelona. Now, this took us a very long time because
it's very hard.
Those two teams have essentially dominated European football for the last 20, 30 years. Like
everyone. And
it's been very difficult. We're thinking of players like Suarez, Van Nistelrooy, Henry, gone. Robin, gone. Schneider, gone.
Seedorf, gone.
So we had to literally dig deep to really find these players. Now, starting 11, the formation will be 4-3-3. How it's going to work is, for example, if Cams picks his goalkeeper, I pick my goalkeeper, then I would then pick a player, then he'll pick a player, and that's how it's going to work.
The aim is to not have any of the same players.
Yeah, so guys that's watching back home, please, or wherever you are watching this or listening to this, pick your team as well. So pause it as we pick a goalkeeper, and then let's go like that. Archie's also got a team in the back. After we're done, we can have your team as well, and we can compare them, yeah?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, rock, paper, scissors. Who starts first?
Best out of 3.
No, we just go from scissors, innit? Yeah? So rock, paper, scissors, and we go.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. The thing is, though.
There we go, get the hell out of here, bro.
Damn it! I always lose. Let's lose.
All right, cool. My goalkeeper,
that
I'm starting with, is the one and only. He revolutionized football. If you look at positions and a sole guy that has changed the way a position is played, I think this guy is very right up there. And I'm gonna say Manuel Neuer in goal. Bayern Munich legend, German football legend, won the Champions League twice. Yes, won Champions League twice. Unbelievable goalkeeper, even from Schalke. I remember when we tried to sign him in 2011. Ferguson had a chat with him after the pitch, on the pitch. Hey, listen, what he did in the World Cup, I think Neuer is a shoo-in for my goalkeeper. I don't think you can get better than that.
No, do you know what? I think with Manuel Neuer, Manuel Neuer is an incredible keeper.
Best keeper ever.
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
Yeah. I think, like you said, revolutionized football, being able to pass the ball, but then also an incredible shot stopper. Like
the sweeping.
Some of the saves that he's made. I think people talk a lot about his passing and stuff, but some of the saves were just outrageous.
Catches everything.
So yeah, massive keeper. Will be very difficult for me to even come close to that. But I have a keeper. Now I was gonna pick Oliver Kahn. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I felt like Oliver Kahn at that time when it was him, it was Casillas, it was maybe Canizares. Like those were the keepers in Europe that you was like Champions League. They made their name. But I went for someone who I think.
Oh, you're not going with Khan?
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm going with a player who I think, it was the reason why this team ended up winning their Champions League against your team, Bayern Munich, and it is the one and only Petr Cech. Now, Petr Cech, I think for Chelsea's success,
it's a good one, very good one.
During that era, Petr Cech is a mainstay. We're talking about spines of teams. Without Petr Cech in that goal, a lot of goals go in, and it's very simple to say that. But he was an incredible keeper. Even though it wasn't in the Champions League, but what he done in the Premier League, and also luck was the reason why Chelsea didn't win more Champions Leagues. But for me, he's the best Premier League keeper of all time, in my opinion. And if Chelsea had won a bit more Champions League, then he would have been an argument for the best Champions League goalkeeper. But some of the performances that he's had in the Champions League,
I think that's a strong. I thought you were going to go Khan or Buffon.
See, Buffon,
it's the Buffon seems to have because he hasn't won.
Yeah, but the longevity.
Buffon was the
like
he's like growing up. He's the original goalkeeper.
No. I just like that the short sleeve t-shirt. He just always looked like he could go Raven. Like he just slicked hair back, like
peak Buffon.
Was outrageous.
I think he was like Neuer level personally, but. Okay, cool. You go next because I took the first pick.
So my right back, I'm going with because again, it's very difficult because officially I was like, I was gonna pick Cafu because I was like, Cafu, you forgot about him. I know you did.
Cafu.
I did. I was gonna pick Cafu, but then I always think about during the time when Cafu was playing. Maybe my mind was I was a bit younger and a bit immature as a football fan, right? But as I got older, I started to realize that this player can do anything. He could play centre back, he could play left back, he could play midfield. For Bayern Munich, he was their captain. Like he was a leader, and it's very difficult for a player, I think, to lead when you're playing in defence. But to be the voice, to be someone that can, like his performances in the Champions League, the reasons why they've won it twice in our time is because of him. The one and only PH, Philipp Lahm. Philipp Lahm.
Okay.
What a guy. What a player, bro. Like, definition of world class, definition of professional. And he will go down as one of the greatest to ever play the game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a good one. That was in one. I was in my picks.
Yeah.
But you're talking about versatility.
Okay.
I've got a guy that can play right back. He can play left back. He can play centre midfield. He can play DM. And he's played in all them positions. He's a Champions League winner as well. You're talking about captains. He's the leader. He is this club. He is Mr. Inter. I'm going Javier Zanetti. I'm going Javier Zanetti.
Good one.
What a player Zanetti was. Flying up and down. Like, he could attack, he could defend, he was versatile. On the ball, he was good. Now, I said, even when he won the Champions League, he played in the midfield, he played right back, he played left back. One of Jose's main lieutenants in that team. And it was one of the best things about Inter winning the Champions League that year was Zanetti finally getting the Champions League. That was amazing. And by the way, if you're talking about players that have lifted it, Zanetti. Go and watch how Zanetti lifted that trophy. Yo, that's one of the best trophy lifts you'll ever see. So he needs some stars for that. So I'm gonna go Javier Zanetti as my right back.
Okay.
It's my centre back.
Zanetti. You've got
my centre back.
Is your centre back?
No, it's my pick for centre back.
Okay, cool. I thought you were talking about. I was gonna say that about Zanetti, but what a player, what class.
All right, cool.
Bit fuming about that, but love.
My centre back. Now this is tough because I've got elite options. But I'm going to go with my first centre-back is going to be John Terry. My first centre-back is going to be John Terry. John Terry, you look at the players that have made the team of the year in the Champions League the most. John Terry's in there. And especially for players that haven't played for Real Madrid and Barcelona. When you look at the Champions League from 2004 to up to about 2000, let's say 12, John Terry was up there with the best. Always, especially from the 2004-05 to like 2010. John Terry was, in my opinion, the best centre-half around at that time. And we're talking about elite centre-halves in the game. We know he can do left foot. We know he can do right foot. Defends with his life. The big games, goals against Bayern Munich, goals against Barcelona. That Ronaldinho team, John Terry, sent them home, So for me, John Terry has to make my team. Think they're elite. A lot of people like to talk about the foreigners, but listen, we've had elites here too. So I'm going John Terry.
I was also gonna. He was an option for me. You got there before me. That's why I like this game, because someone can be in your team and then bow, you got to think fast. But yeah, John Terry, I think, captain fantastic for Chelsea, and a professional as well. Now I've gone with a player that for me was the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the Champions League.
Okay,
you'll know what I'm talking about when I'm done. I think this player left Manchester United way too early. We wasn't able to see the full greatness, but in that short period of time, we saw exactly what this player could offer for us. When he was in that team, we were solid as bricks. We won our Champions League in '99 because of this player. He had also then moved to AC Milan. So good that Maldini had to go to the left because they needed to play this player as a centre back with Nesta. And for me, I think you guys know who it is, the one and only, the Dutchman, Jaap Stam. Now me and you met him. Yes, I said no, we're not doing no single pictures. We got to be there together. I need to tell my son. Me and Cams met Jaap Stam, but for me, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson said it. One of my biggest regrets was letting go of Jaap Stam, because if we're talking about being able to play football, I think sometimes with players you look at them and think, oh, he could slide tackle, he's strong, but he could play. He knew how to receive the ball under pressure and release. He also knew how to crunch you without giving a foul away. What a defender. So Jaap Stam would be.
Now Jaap Stam, that was my second option.
Jaap Stam had to be there.
You got there before me. But okay.
Now, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm staying in AC Milan. I'm staying in AC Milan.
Okay.
Now, this player has played football for so long. My dad watched him, I watched him, and I'm sure my little son could have watched him if he wanted to. Like, the thing about this player is, like, when you actually watch how great he was, he made slide tackles look classy. He made positioning become such an important thing because it mattered. His pace wasn't the greatest, but he knew how to position himself the right way. When we're talking about, like, the model professional or what a defender should be, this is the man we're speaking about. The best defenders that we speak about, when you ask them who's the greatest defender, they say it's him. The one and only. Paolo Coffey, Mensa, Maldini. Paolo Maldini, man. I'm sorry, bro. I had to go there. That's the goal.
I don't know. I feel like maybe that was a left back option.
No,
I think he was better at the left back.
No, he played most of his career as centre back.
50-50.
He played most of his career there.
50-50. All right. That's a good one. That's a good one. I had him as an option as my left back, so that was annoying that you just taken him. But since we're having an AC Milan party, I'm going to throw in the other AC Milan. Elite centre-half. Italian stalwart. For me, with John Terry, the best defender in that time, in that era. And that's Alessandro Nesta.
I knew he was going to say that.
That's Alessandro. If I ever walked into a football match with Nesta and John Terry as my back too, it's lock-off. It's lock-off. I'm not conceding. It's as simple as that. You're talking about a player that puts his head first to any crosses, anything, any aerial duels, he's dominating it. Slide tackles, as you mentioned. The ability, just to be so calm in the tackle, step out, pass to the better players. Nesta was that guy. And when I was growing up, everyone used to, you know how, like, when somebody tries a skill, you say, you think you're Ronaldinho. When you used to defend well, people would be like, he thinks he's Nesta. Bro, he was like the trademark name. You think you're Nesta. That's all you heard. Elite. We know what he does. Nesta. I'm putting him in. And I got my next option too, yeah? Left back. Because you went and took Maldini, who I wanted there. I'm just going to go for another Premier League great.
Oh, don't.
Another Premier League great. Another Premier League great. Yeah, you could talk about Roberto Carlos. You could talk about Marcelo. You could talk about Philip Lahm. But make sure when you're having this discussion, you do not forget Ashley Cole. Make sure Arsenal, Chelsea, one of the most consistent players you will ever see. In fact, when you're talking about English players, just English players, and you're talking about the consistency, this is the most consistent player to ever come out of this country that I have seen. Ashley Cole. Never dropped, never gave you stinkers. 7 out of 10 every week, and sometimes give you 9 out of 10s. Solid. Locks up your favourite winger. with food. I don't think Messi's ever scored against Ashley Cole. Cristiano, he knows about that jail. He knows about the jail time with Ashley. Lock him in, please. That's my defense. Zanetti, John Terry, Nesta, Cole.
Okay.
Top that, please.
So what I'm going to do is then, I'm going to go with somebody, again, like Champions League is all about consistency. And during the moments when teams were playing well, you know, you was an integral part of it. Now, it's not the name that will go out in flashing lights or whatever, but during our, you know, I guess some of our best moments, this player was there. Now,
okay.
I'm going to go with one of our best left backs, if not the best that we've had in terms of what he's done, is Dennis Irwin.
Oh, Irwin.
Now, Dennis Irwin, yeah.
Patrice Evra.
No, I was going to go Patrice Evra, but the reason why I've gone for Irwin, yeah, is because I believe Irwin played the better player against the better players. Okay. When we faced Barcelona, when we faced Juventus, when we faced Bayern Munich, when we faced these Real Madrids, it was Dennis Irwin that was going up against. And that's a model professional who could take free kicks, who could take penalties. Was a shorter player, but you didn't really see him get skinned or get moved to. Could play really, really well. And I think, you know, sometimes the unsung heroes are the players that are just so consistent and don't have that flair to their game. But Dennis Irwin was that player.
It's a good option. That's a good pick. You're going for a real OG team.
Yeah. I'm going for the OGs, man.
Maldini and Dennis Irwin. Woo.
Okay, so we are going to move into the field of mid.
Yes.
But they're not mid. Yes. Midfield. Now, we're going 4-3-3.
Yes.
So I'm going to start off with my midfield player. Yeah. Now, if this player, yeah, it's like I don't think there's words to explain how effortlessly great this man was. I think you know already, just by the way I'm talking about him. Yeah, this man oozed class. This man played for so many teams in Italy, and it's not to say he was a journeyman. No. His talent took him on a journey, man. Do you know what? Come on, man. His talent took him on a journey, man. He wasn't a journeyman. It's the one and only Andrea Pirlo.
I really wanted him in my team.
No, brother, he can't be because he's with me. He's over here with Harry. Nah, bro, Andrea Pirlo, let's have it right, man. I think words can't explain how great this man was, man. Like, effortless, like, bro. So the way he would kick the ball and it was like, it's as if he's tapped it, but it's top bins. He could pass. Try to get the ball off him, impossible. Like, and he just genuinely got better with age. Like, I think players that can get better with age, they scare me because it's like, you could keep playing until you're 50 if you wanted to. I'm telling you, man, Andrea Pirlo, what a player.
That's a big one.
Yes.
That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. I really, really wanted Pirlo. I mean, when you think about the others that could be in the options, Makelele played for Real Madrid. Busquets plays for Barcelona. Clarence, all these type of players. Because of that night. Yeah. Because of that night.
Oh, no, please.
Because of that night.
No, please, brother.
Right? Because of the night that made the dream begin. Because of what made us believe that we will win our first Champions League. It was during a magical semi-final night in Turin. He got a suspension.
Oh, you prick.
He's a leader of men.
You prick.
He raised this club alongside Fergie in the 90s and the early 2000s. I gotta go Roy Keane.
Wow.
I gotta go Roy Keane. We're talking about a winner. We're talking about a treble winner. We're talking about somebody that was integral to what Manchester United were. And actually, I think we could have done even better, and he would say that too. We could have done even better. So I was thinking about Patrick Vieira. But can I pinpoint Champions League nights for Vieira particularly? Not really. I even remember him getting bossed by Fabregas. I was thinking about Thiago Motta, a rogue shout. I love that player. But Roy Keane, for my leadership, for my real men, I'm got to put him into the team. I really wanted Pirlo, but I think Roy Keane mixes it up, well. Now, here's my next option for centre midfield. I think there's some really, really big options, and I put one in there that if you know, you know, which I might still put as my next option. But I'm going to go... The thing about me is that my team are full of leaders. My team are leaders of men. My team... I just told you about Roy Keane, what he did in the semi-final. Let me tell you about what this guy did on his way to winning the Champions League. They were about to go out of the group stage. He said, come off the hour, come off the man. Steven Gerrard.
Oh, yeah, beauty!
Steven Gerrard. Stephen Paul Gerrard. Stephen Paul Mark Gerrard. What an absolute player he was. And if you're talking about Champions League only, this is one of the best Champions League performers, for me, of all time. If they actually put him in the all-time Champions League team and the rest of it is all Xavi and Iniesta and all these Barcelona, Real Madrid players. Not only that, he got to 2 finals in 3 years. Them juggernaut clashes against Real Madrid, them juggernaut clashes against Chelsea. He performed, he delivered. So for me, Steven Gerrard has to go into my team. What a player, what an inspiration, scoring that goal in the final as well to start that. We're talking about this AC Milan team that we just configured. We're talking about Pirlo. Yo, you didn't want to see Gerrard that night. You didn't want to see Gerrard that night. So Gerrard goes into my team, my first centre midfielder.
Fair play. Defo had Gerrard there because, yeah, Gerrard, for me, Champions League, man, no one could ever chat to him.
Anfield Nights with Steven Gerrard, walking out.
He's just that guy,
Come
man.
on, man.
But I've gone with another player who I also think, when we're talking about leader, we're talking about leading by example. We're talking about, I'll add goals to the game. I'll also conduct play. I'll set you up. You know, the reason why they call him Mr. Chelsea is because of what he does. I think with Gerrard, Scholes, there's Frank Lampard. Now, Frank Lampard, for me, and in the Champions League more importantly, he showed up for that team. All of the moments that happened in Chelsea's greatness during that era where it was Mourinho and it was with Hiddink, Di Matteo, whoever it was, Lampard was the most important player for me. Without Lampard, without Terry, without Drogba, they don't win nothing. And I think if we're talking about spines of teams, I pick Czech, you pick Terry. I have to pick Lampard. Frank Lampard, what a player, world class on his day, and he had a lot of those days unplayable. So Frank Lampard goes into my team.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I also have another player.
Yeah.
Now, this player for me, right? I felt like, and I'll say this, I've said this before. I think this player, when you play for one team, and you serve this team with everything you can, you become an icon. You become bigger than the club sometimes, This player for me, whenever this team was in the Champions League, he was looking out for him. And when he played, he was an elegant, smooth player. Now, he didn't win the Champions League, and that's not what this is about. This is about players that when you face their team, you got to worry about that guy. You get this guy at the game, you're all right. And not many teams did it, but they were obviously stronger than him. Italian legend, the one and only Francesco Totti. I had to put him in the team. Now,
Lampard and Totti.
Yeah, I didn't. I obviously
occupying the same roles.
No, but the difference is, it's very difficult to pick a player that, you know.
Yeah, I like his rogue shout.
Yeah.
I might have to hit you with a rogue one too.
Yeah. I had to go with something that, like, literally, I just remember, like, you know, when you watch a team play and you're like, I know this team's not going to beat Real Madrid, but I can't wait to see him get on the ball. Totti was that player for me, and I think if he had moved and gone to another team,
he would have been unbelievable.
Chelsea
was fake.
Yeah, he was. Come on, man, class, bro. Low socks, like it just. You know, when you're watching Champions League Italian teams, if it's not AC Milan, Inter Milan, or Juventus, it's Roma.
Yeah.
So I'll say Francesco Totti.
Do you know what? Yeah, because you went rogue.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go rogue. Right. I like that you went rogue. I thought you were gonna go for the bait name, but because you didn't, and I want it to be a real debate here, I'm gonna go rogue too. Now I've got between two, right? And I don't know. For some reason, I wrote one of them in capitals, so it's kind of like looking at me more.
Yeah, like saying, "Hey, pick me."
Yeah, but nah, this is tough. All right, you know what? Listen. I'm going to mention the other player later in a sec. But I'm going to go with this guy who, as it's a little bit rogue, I had debate names. I had people like Kante and that in there if I wanted to put. But I don't want to put them. This guy was equally left-footed as he was right-footed. He was 6'3" man. Heading ability that I've never seen from a centre midfielder. Again, my team is full of captains. They're full of leaders. They call him the most unlucky player of all time because he's lost in finals and semis and all this type of stuff. But he was an absolute beast. Passing, one of the best long-range shooters you ever see. Volleys off both feet. absolute man mountain, I'm going Michael Ballack. I'm going Michael Ballack. I think Michael Ballack, if you're talking about completeness of a centre midfielder, I think he's one of the most complete centre midfielders of all time. He was unbelievable. And them early Bayern Munich, even Leverkusen, he went to the final. It's only as the Dan volley all-time goal that stopped him from potentially winning the Champions League. What an absolute player that he was. And he went to Chelsea and got to a Champions League final again. But again, they lost on penalties because of a John Terry slip. Very unlucky he was. Absolute monster of a player. I love him. One of my favourite players growing up, Michael Ballack. And again, as I said, German captain. Listen, when they talk about Kroos and all these guys, listen to Germans speak, Ballack is still in the conversation. Without even all them trophies. It's like he's like, maybe like a German Gerrard in a way. That's how it is. Yeah, you have Lampard, you have Kroos, and these guys that won trophies, but because of talent, because of ability, because of what they stood for, Ballack has to go in there. What a player. Right wing, left wing.
Bro, you're in control here.
Okay, I'm going to go with my right winger. This one is a modern day player. I was very close between two, but I think this guy, not only is he what he's done now, he hasn't won the Champions League, but what he's going to go on to do as well, I have to put him in. Generational player. Breaking the game.
Can't be the same because I had him before you. I know that. I know I had this player before you.
Changing the game.
Oh, you dickhead.
I'm going Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, you prick.
I'm going Kylian Mbappe. And by the time this video ages, he'll probably be at Real Madrid winning Champions Leagues. That's why I done it. I got to cheat the game. So even when people in 10 years come back, they say, wait, hold on. Cam's actually scored, Harry. Kylian Mbappe, what he's doing is groundbreaking. He's going to end up as one of the all-time Champions League scorers. What a player. I don't need to describe him. Guys, you're all watching him. If you're 10 years old now, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you're growing up on Kylian. If you're 30, 31, 32, 35, you haven't seen many better players than Kylian Mbappe. So he goes into my team. Guys, look at the Champions League night. He has scored at every away ground you can imagine. Juventus, Dortmund, Man United, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Everywhere he goes, he scores. City. He has done it all. He was doing it, people. He took Monaco to the semi-finals. He has been doing it since he was 18 years old. He's a generational talent.
Cams, that was dirty. Knowing that player was there for me.
I did not know that.
Okay, fair play. So
I didn't know that.
Can I change where I want to put this player?
Yeah, do your thing.
So this player predominantly played on the left-hand side.
Okay.
But because I've got a player that I want to put on the left-hand side, I'm going to move him to the right. Now, this player, for me, one of the most talented players that we've ever seen as a winger. He was part of a duo. Now, this duo was arguably one of the best duos we've ever seen as a left winger and right winger duo. French player, absolute incredible technique,
that was in mine.
Technique on another level.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this player is just, honestly, man, I think he's one of those forgotten players. Yes. But you just had to watch him, man. The one and only Frank Ribéry.
Yeah, I was gonna put him.
Frank Ribéry. Oh man, I don't. Again, it's like when there's certain players, it's just like I'm not a compilation guy, but I'll just say, you know what, you don't know about him, just have a little look. Him and Robin wingers, for me were just outrageous, bro. His feet, like keeping the ball so close to his feet, his bursts of pace, and he could shoot as well. Selfless player as well. Didn't really care about the accolades or so on and so forth. Was an Aki as well. When they're pouring alcohol, when they're winning the Bundesliga, he's like, don't touch me. I'm a different brother to you, man. So I would go with him. Now, this player.
Where are you going? Left wing or right?
I'm going left wing. I'm going left wing because with the striker we can finish off with that one, right? Now, this left winger for me, was part of arguably one of the best front threes in European football, right? During the moments where he was playing with the two other players that I will mention after, I think they were a scary sight, and they were in that conversation for top 5 best front threes over the last 10, 15 years. Now, this player has won the Champions League, and in my opinion, should have won more Champions Leagues. An incredible player, one of Africa's best players of all time. Now, it's not going to be Mohamed Salah. It's going to be Sadio Mane.
So what made you really want to squeeze him in when you could have,
you know what?
You could have went Salah on the right,
so
and
you know
you
what?
could have went
For me, because I want to be different, right? Like, obviously it's easy, pick Salah. But I wanted to speak about Sadio Mane's importance in that team as well, because I think that gets forgotten a lot. So, don't get me twisted.
Salah was one of my options.
Yeah, Mohamed Salah he's going to go down as a great. But I think we forget because of the fact that he left Liverpool, went to Bayern, didn't work out at Bayern because what happened with him and Leroy. And it's like he's forgotten about. But are we forgetting what that guy done in that Champions League? Are we forgetting the amount of clutch moments that Sadio Mane provided for that team? And I think for me, I just think on that left-hand side, on the left-hand side, it wasn't like how many games did he skin some of the greatest players that were playing in that generation? And not only skin them, but provide assist or provide goals, like explosive pace, great tech as well. So for me, I think Sadio Mane, in any era, he would be as effective as he was when he was playing at Liverpool. So that would be my left winger.
It's a tough one. I had Salah on the right as well, but then I went for Kylian. It's a tough one between two Man United legends for me. Hard to decide. So I've got to go Wayne Rooney on the left-hand side. Wayne Rooney. As I said, I met the guy. I had a word with him. And I actually spoke to him and I said, bro, like, he actually said to me, listen, I didn't even really... because I was talking to him about being a pure footballer, and he said that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to play, like run around, get in the ball, and do things. I didn't even like not having touches. And people are gonna say, "Oh, but Rooney can play up front." Rooney was a player that could play anywhere. Wayne Rooney, when we won the Champions League, was playing on the left hand side. Ronaldo was going in the middle with the big away games. In the big Champions League games, Ronaldo was occupying the middle spots. Wayne Rooney was occupying the left hand spots. Tevez was occupying the right hand side or up the top. Rooney was just everywhere you needed him to be. His crossing ability was was sensational. He could do everything with the football. And if you're talking about the best talents, best English talents we've ever seen, for me, that's number one. Wayne Rooney has to go in my team. I was going to go Ryan Giggs just for what he has done for Manchester United. He's had big Champions League nights. But I got to go Wayne Rooney because I just think I need match winners. I need guys that are going to take the game by the scruff of the neck. And that's Wayne Rooney, man. What a player. And after seeing him, I can't not put him in.
Of course.
I got to show love to the boy. So I got to go Wayne Rooney. And here we are with the strikers.
Yep.
Here we are with the strikers. How do you want to do this?
You go first, because it's yours.
I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me tell you. Let's discuss this first.
Okay.
Is your striker, are you going rogue? Or are you going
one
delivered?
of them. So one of them, it all depends if you have one of them. I think you might. But one of them is my heart, and I'm thinking about moments in the Champions League that I remember, and I remember this player being incredible. And what I love about football, and I think has been taken away from football, this player reminds me of it.
Okay.
Then the second one, I'm just going for, bro, clutch. Like, I've gone clutch, and then I've gone with my heart. So depending on what you pick, I'm going to go with that.
Okay, I've got options. See, I've got a rogue shout, which I'll mention. I don't know, we can have our honourable mentions that weren't in the list as well for people to see. But I just got to go big Champions League nights. I got to go memorable moments. Champions League runs. Scoring goals when a team needed it. Delivering. You went with one African. I've got to go with another
That was going to be
African.
my clutch.
I got to go with Didier Drogba.
Yeah, it's only
I got to go with Didier Drogba. Drogba on a European night.
Scary.
Forget about it. Ask Jamie Carragher. Ask Carlos Puyol. Ask the Bayern Munich centre-halves. What he done on Champions League. Ask Napoli. The way he carried that Chelsea team in that 2012 run is generational, bro. What he has done for Chelsea in the Champions League nights against Barcelona, against the biggest teams, Bayern Munich. Drogba was always there. And that's the only his clutchness, his big moments, his big nights is the only reason we have him in all these discussions. But don't even forget about that. Don't even think about that. You have to watch Drogba to understand Drogba, bro. Drogba was one of the only strikers I've seen that can control whole back four by himself. He'll occupy the right back. He'll occupy the left back. He'll bully two centre-halves. Ask Rio. Ask anyone. Ask Vidic. Ask anyone. The battles that they had with Drogba used to just wear you down. What a player. Finals, he'll deliver. Yes, he messed up in the 08 final where he slapped Vidic, but he made up for it in 2012. What a player. I have to go Didier Drogba.
Okay.
So I had some 2 good ones. I want to see if I wonder if
yeah. So basically, I forgot, like that Robert Lewandowski plays
for Barcelona.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yes,
because I was like, this player plays there. Now the player I've picked, now people, I may lose this with this one, but I'm just going again with like these moments when I remember watching this player, right? Now, during a moment, when he was playing for this team, we thought that they were going to be a formidable team in Europe. And a big part of the reason why they probably wasn't was because of this players didn't have the availability to fly. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason why I've gone for him, the reason why I've gone for him, and I know you know why I'm saying this player. The reason why I've gone for him, is because when he did play at Highbury, you saw Arsenal were absolutely crazy. How many teams have come to that place and not been able to get a result? The reason why is because of Dennis Bergkamp, bro. Like, Dennis Bergkamp for me at Arsenal, was...
The non-flying Dutchman.
Non-flying Dutchman, bro. Like, I remember that performance against Juventus. That assist to Ljungberg. Like, I remember those games against Inter Milan. I remember all of those games, and at home, Dennis Bergkamp was incredible. Now, if this man could fly, maybe there would have been a Champions League lifted. And for me, I just think, yes, he's not the player, and he's not in the conversation with the final strikers and the winning the trophy strikers, but it's the streets won't forget. And I think you can never leave the streets.
I think
so. I had another option, but I want to see if your options are the same as mine.
Okay, cool. So my other options were Del Piero. Absolute player. You're talking about Totti. I think Totti was the better player, but Del Piero was right there. You know what I mean? What he did for Juventus. And then my next option was Andrei Shevchenko.
Yeah, he was. That's a bad man still. He was.
Early 2000s, Thierry Henry, Andrei Shevchenko, bro. That's really what it was. Obviously R9 and stuff, but I'm talking about the humans. Shevchenko was there, man. Ballon d'Or winner, goal scorer, and the only thing is that final, he bottled that final against AC Milan, against Liverpool. He should have won them that game, and he missed the penalty.
And he missed the penalty. And he bottled it.
He bottled chances after chance. He missed like 3 chances, bro. It should have been out.
Did he take
of the way.
a penalty against Man United? No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't at the club at the time. No. So Andrei Shevchenko was somebody that I was going to put. I think he would have been a great option, but I had to go with Drogba. So who was your options?
See, most of my options,
I'll play for Real Madrid or Barcelona.
I thought about after, and I was like,
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
What I was gonna do, I was gonna go Christian Vieri, and I was gonna go Diego Milito. That's what I was gonna pick, right? But I remember him for that final and nothing else. Do you know what I'm saying? That campaign, should I say?
Yes.
And nothing else. So so for me, I'm happy with who I picked. It's not the best one, and I was gonna Drogba was my main one after that, but yeah. So guys, that's our teams, man.
The teams. Who's your other honourable mentions? I had Vieira and Motta. They didn't make my team.
Riquelme was one of mine. Honourable mention.
Plays for Barcelona.
Fuck off. You see?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's so difficult when you're like, you have to. It has to be a player that's played for one team and one team only. I was obviously Paul Scholes. I was going to mention Paul Scholes.
Motta played for Barcelona.
Yeah, Thiago Motta played for Barcelona.
Hell, bro.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
I was gonna pick Paul Scholes, but
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm very surprised. When you went Totti, I thought you were going Scholes.
But I was. Do you know? I wanted it to be different. This is to showcase the other players that we appreciate. Everyone knows I love Paul Scholes, bro. I wanted it to be a bit different. Like, I
had Kante, KDB.
KDB was an option.
And Salah. And Giggs.
Yeah, I was gonna pick KDB, but bro, sometimes, bro, like. Anyone can say KDB, bro. Sometimes this is educational, bro. Show these people that are listening and watching that, bro. There was some other world beaters as well.
I had Lucio.
I had Lucio as well.
Yeah, Lucio. I'm surprised.
I had Lucio.
Your centre backs were good.
I had Lucio.
And I had Peter Schmeichel.
Those like I said, I had
mentions.
And obviously I had Gerrard. When you said Gerrard, it broke my heart because.
Nah, do you know who broke my heart? Pirlo broke my heart.
Yeah, well, at least
Pirlo broke my heart.
Fair play, fair play.
All
right, Archie, let me know your team as well, man.
All right, I've got Neuer in goal, Lahm right back.
Okay.
Because he's my boss, I've got Rio at centre half.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Maldini and Ashley Cole left back.
Great team.
Gerrard, Pirlo, and Schweinsteiger.
Good midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mbappe and Ribery on the wing, and Haaland up top. I tried
Haaland. He went real. He went real modern.
So anyway, guys,
that was good, man. That was good. That's a good team. Let's see who people think wins.
So let us know, guys, in the chat, and also let us know via socials when you listen to it. You get me? What you think about our teams, and let us know your teams. Try not to use the players that we've picked.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, then it is what it is. Yeah. And let us know if you want us to do more videos like this. Anyway, guys, I've been Harry Pinero. That's been Culture Cams. Just the Inside Scoop. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell. You know the rest, guys. See you next time.